We certainly want to see banks succeed in this new world order.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. The New World Order book is going to show you how the world really works. And it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. I told you at the beginning of the year, in the first quarter of 2022, we was going to have an event that was going to bring us down. And then also in the fourth quarter, we would have an event that would bring us down. That's exactly what happened. And now I'm going to tell you, in the first quarter, we're going to have an event that's going to bring us down in 2023. And then also in the fourth quarter of 2023, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, guys, the markets are still going to be pumping and dumping until they get ready to pull the full rug. But I'll let you know when that's about to happen. Now, also, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to get re-educated. And also, much love to those who've donated to the Cash Shop and Patreon. And in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events. Also, I give you the New World Order cryptos in the Patreon. Of course, you have to do your own research. But this next bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure that you have the cryptos that have utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we had Bitcoin and cryptos moving up. As I'm doing this video, though, we are pulling back. We see the stock market is pulling back slightly. We do have the yield rates rising. Now, guys, even though it's off the radar, we have Litecoin pumping. We know the halving is about 8 months away. And we know Litecoin is one of the longest running projects. We know Charlie Lee, again, MIT connection, and also a Google engineer. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are slowly rising. Guys, make sure you keep an eye on this inverted yield curve. We know the crash is coming. And then, of course, guys, we have volume, tether, USDC. And then we have the Fed. Repo still over $2 trillion. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis. Now, we have the Bank of Japan. It's going to be running a CBDC pilot with the biggest banks next year. And guys, we see all countries, I don't care which one you go to, is getting ready for this digital transformation. Everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And the reason why I do these videos so you can see the picture clearly. There is no debating this. And also I'm doing my short videos so then therefore you can see the automation running through the actual economy. So remember, robots, algorithms, and drones are going to take over the economy. Pay each other with crypto so no human is going to be involved. And because the sheep have nothing else better to do, they go inside the Metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, we have the Fed raising rates again on the 14th. So we know we're going to be moving down further. And then plus, guys, they really haven't started rolling off this balance sheet. And they're not going to do that until next year. And also, we have the major central banks doing the same thing. They're moving in lockstep so they can destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. And we know they're going to pull out all the distractions. And the politicians are getting ready for the Hegelian dialectic. They're about to turn it up. You're definitely going to be watching a real-life movie. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, don't forget about Grayscale at about $14.1 billion. Now, we had CZ getting in on the movie. We know he's been in the limelight. Tweets out about Coinbase holding Grayscale's Bitcoin. And guys, we know this is all part of a show. But we had Brian Armstrong come out and says it's all FUD. But guys, we know that Digital Currency Group is behind Grayscale. And we know a lot of things that Grayscale does is behind the curtain. OTC, dark pool. And that's the reason why I always tell you, keep your eye on Grayscale, because they definitely manipulate the market. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have Shiba INU developer says the World Economic Forum wants to work with the project to help shape the Metaverse global policy. And guys, we know what the World Economic Forum wants to do with the actual Metaverse. And we know the World Economic Forum agendas. You definitely have to be asleep to want to go work for them. And we have Harvard research that central banks can use Bitcoin to fight off sanctions. And we know central banks hold gold. And everybody states that we don't transact in Bitcoin. But the fact is we don't transact in gold. And gold is definitely a way to hedge. And the same thing goes with Bitcoin. The reason why is because we're going inside of a digital economy where there's not going to be any more fiat. And that's the reason why the media keeps pushing digital gold. Because Bitcoin is definitely the software where all these machines are going to be using. Remember, crypto means hidden message, hidden meaning. These machines now have money. Now we have Elizabeth Warren says crypto will ruin the economy. And guys, we know she's definitely one of the politicians that are on the NWO payroll. She has definitely become one of the masters of the Hegelian dialectic. But we know as time goes on, we see her playing both sides. We see the connection with the bank man. But you can go all the way back to Aaron Swartz when he was fighting the net neutrality. And that's what put Elizabeth Warren on the scene. And speaking of politics and Sam Bankman-Fried, we have Binance US steps into politics, taking the place of the bank man. And on December 1st, the politicians get in on the FTX movie. And it launches December 1st. Get your popcorn, sit back, and let it play out. Now we have digital currency groups Foundry Digital buying Compute North mining facilities. And guys, we know during this bear market, we're going to have a big consolidation phase. And we know all these smaller projects, and we see it now, that don't have enough liquidity is going to fall in the hands, pennies on the dollar, of these big corporations and big banks. Guys, we saw the blueprint during big tech. And lastly, what's not going to make your news, but it definitely should. We have the Singapore bank DBS completes fixed income trade on JPMorgan's blockchain network Onyx. the first Asian bank to use Onyx Network. And guys, we definitely see Singapore leading the way. But like I state, I don't care what country you go to, they have a plan for this digital transformation. And we're seeing these big banks and big corporations that are talking bad about Bitcoin and crypto are leading the tokenization of the economy. And we know everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. That's why in my description, Federal Reserve 2.0 on blockchain is one of my must-watch videos. And guys, as we see this FTX situation being played out, you have part of it being a movie, but in that movie, you have reality. And that's the derivatives platform that he's building that the CFTC clearly said that they have control over. It's not in bankruptcy because they're going to put this whole economy on blockchain. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, if you're new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys, make sure you go like, subscribe, spread it everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chips out, your banking, your gaming, where everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the CRA, the biotech stocks, and while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.